Hello and thanks for joining us. The NBA Cup is underway. This is game 2, and things will only get more intense from this point forward. This is Brian Anderson at the table with basketball royalty, Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, our reporter. On Wednesday, they'll be playing against Domantas Sabonis. And then on Friday, they'll face off against Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And you know, for that matchup with Denver, that will be game number 8 on the schedule for them. Starting to get into the full swing of things by then.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Wembanyama out there with Holmgren. Then there's Harper. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's G in at the 1. And for Golden State, DeAnthony Melton out there with Stephen Curry. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Santos in at the 4. But Grant, we're still early on in this new season. I imagine it can be difficult to get back into the flow of things.
You know, B.A., you're spot on. It definitely takes some time to get used to the grind of the season again. You know, between the traveling and the hotel rooms, changing time zones. But you find your flow again eventually.
Gets the 3 to fall.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
Curry finds Butler. Porzingis with a screen on Giddey. They kick it out to Porzingis. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And Wembanyama gets it to go.
And part of what makes Wembanyama so dangerous, a big guy who can push the pace.
Now here's Melton. 9 points in his last outing. Pass to Butler. Here's Santos. He's covered by Holmgren. And here's Curry from outside the arc. And the Warriors with another 3.
It looks easy, effortless. Curry, natural from long range.
Here's Harper. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. Butler on the wing. From deep, Melton. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with the head coach of the Warriors for a minute. He talked about how difficult it is to match up against Victor Wembanyama. Coach said the biggest concern is Wemby's defense. His rim protection is game-changing. But he told me that it doesn't mean settling for outside shots. It means ball movement and spacing the floor will be key. Back over to you.
And Allie, thanks. And the visitors call time here. Gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
After 4 seasons in Golden State, Jonathan Kuminga moves on, and he was the guy that they drafted number 7 overall. But after a lengthy free agency saga in which the Warriors and Kuminga exchanged several proposals, and they had several sign and trade discussions, Kuminga lands elsewhere. So his run in Golden State is over. They're losing a good young player. Let's see how they can replenish the cupboard there in Golden State.
Something to watch. Shams, appreciate the report. Golden State has gone 4 for 4 so far from three-point land. Impressive. Butler on the wing. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Down low. Here's Porzingis. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes. Butler's got 3 assists now in this one.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
With the floater, Santos pulls it in. The Warriors lead by 9. Butler on the wing. Beyond the arc. And the Warriors with another 3.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
gone 3 of 6 from the floor. G passes to Harper. Kicks it out to Holmgren. The 3 is up. No good that time. Golden State with the ball. They're on a 19-4 run. Here's Melton. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. With a break here, let's see which teams racked up the assists during last year's campaign. The 4th spot held by the Warriors.
They were patient, and they were also unselfish. And it helps to have guys who are willing to make the next pass.
Here's G. Misses the layup.
He's had a hard time finding his shot this quarter.
Butler on the wing. Melton outside. Back to Butler. Porzingis sets a screen. Inside. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And the visitors call time here.
Second in points off turnovers, 4th in assists, and it's easy to admire how pesky they were on the defensive end, jumping in passing lanes and being overall extremely aggressive going after steals, finishing in the top 5 in the league in that department.
And these guys really took advantage whenever their opponents turned the ball over, finishing in the top 5 in points off turnovers last season. Here's G. He had 25 points in his last game. Wembanyama. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Yeah, protecting the rim. Porzingis, one of the best in the league at that.
To the paint. Here's Santos. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes. Butler's got 5 assists tonight. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
You have to give them credit for their defense here in the early stages. I mean, they've shown tremendous anticipation, on the same page as a unit defensively, especially on those block shots.
They're also managing to make lots of trouble for their opponent in transition. Right away, they're finding points on the break.
Curry finds Butler. Porzingis sets a screen. The drive by Butler. Yep, that one's good. Butler's got 10.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And stolen by Melton. Left side, Butler. Santos, good. Santos has got his 2nd basket on the night.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
And Wembanyama can dunk it basically just standing up. You got to keep him out of the paint.
And here's Curry. Last game, he had 28 points. Melton outside. Back to Curry. Pass to Melton. Fires for 3. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Willing to sacrifice himself for the play. Melton took that foul.
This is his first opportunity at the line this evening. And the Warriors making a change here. Podziemski's checked in. And he sinks the second.
You know, with Melton, you get a lot. You get floor spacing, steals. He can play both guard positions. And he's a good rebounder for his size, too.
Curry, he's checked in for the Warriors. And he nails the 3rd.
And Melton has continued to improve at a steady rate, which is something you'd like to see. He's a versatile combo guard who always plays hard.
Gee, no good.
He's having trouble getting anything to go right now.
Well, when you think about all the miles Jimmy Butler has on his legs now, how many more does he have left, Greg?
Well, he's been shouldering the load for a long time. But what separates him from the pack is his sheer will and his IQ. So he might just surprise us a little.
Now here's Butler. He's got 10. Curry passes to Porzingis. Back to Curry. Blocked! And that'll be Golden State's ball as it goes out of bounds. Warriors able to keep possession. Al Horford's checked in for the Warriors. Podziemski comes in for Melton. It's Podziemski on the wing. He picked up 10 in his last game. 5 to shoot. And he banks in the layup.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
He's only 2 for 7 from the field, trying to work his way into some kind of rhythm.
And so it's Golden State with it. 19-point game. Their last game, a win against the Clippers, looking to carry it into this one.
Talk about strong offensive production. They went out, played to their strengths, and were successful as a result.
Yeah, you know, not deviating from the game plan is critical. You've got to trust in the system.
Why even try in there against Wembanyama? I mean, it's just too difficult.
14 feet away. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Holmgren's got 5 points.
Boy, he is fundamentally sound. Tough cover.
Pass to Butler. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. And the Warriors lead by 19.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Hey, that right there was a lot of confidence, given the size of the disadvantage there.
And you know what? He does. I mean, in the NBA, you've got to have ways to score over defenders of all sizes.
Now here's Podziemski. Now here's Curry. Back to Podziemski. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. The Warriors are trying to maximize what Steph Curry has left. Coach Kerr said, quote, "What we're watching with Steph is one of the greatest artists of all time in his twilight. What can we do to give him the best chance to perform, to make the game easier for him?" That's where we are. Guys, back to you.
Looking to stay in the mix. Allie, thank you. Porzingis has checked in for the Warriors. Moody comes in for Stephen Curry.
And what you immediately notice about Chet Holmgren is his uniqueness. He's got size, but also tremendous agility. He can hit outside shots or battle down low.
Now here's Podziemski. The floater, this one for 3. Drains the triple. 5 points in the game.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Here's G, defended by Podziemski. G, no good. The Warriors lead by 17. Moody passes to Butler. Now here's Horford, guarded closely. And it's Bagley with a rebound.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Here's Giddey. Pass to G. And here's Dort from behind the arc. Horford pulls it in. Moody with it. And it's Giddey picking him up. Back to Horford. Here's Porzingis. Yes! Great play by Horford to set him up. Porzingis has got 9 points.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
The drive by Dort. Horford with some nice D. Moody passes to Porzingis. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Yeah, that's an easy throwdown for him. The rim might as well be 8 feet tall when you're as long as he is.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. They get it again. Bagley. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass getting it done.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Giddey against Butler. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Giddey scanning the floor. Over Butler. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's the Golden State Warriors out in front by 19 going into the break. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Boy, for the Warriors, this has been the game they've wanted to have.
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
The Warriors lead by 19. They've got Josh Giddey, Luguentz Dort out there with Quentin Grimes. Then it's Marvin Bagley, and it's Champagnie at the 4. Here's Moody. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
Shooting 40% so far in this one. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line. It's going to go on Moses Moody.
You can tell that Josh Giddey is one sharp player, not just in how he threads passes, but how he moves on the floor and gets around other guys.
Lee, he's checked in for Curry. And you might think the toughest picks are set by the bruisers, but some say the shooter. Actually set the best screens. Why is that?
Well, the guy guarding a shooter doesn't want to leave their side. So when they screen you, you get no help.
Pass to Giddey. And that one is
Giddey stealing the spotlight. What a jam.
Podziemski with it. Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. To the inside. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
High-value assist there. Finding him inside for the finish.
Any hope of coming back to win this game looks near impossible.
I know. The way things have gone so far, hard to imagine.
Champagnie shot is off.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Pass to Lee. Outside Podziemski. Porzingis sets a screen from deep three-point land. Just 5 on the clock. Moody from outside. Knocks down the triple. Moody's got 7.
And after a scoreless first quarter, he's finding his offense.
Here's Giddey. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. All right, with this break, let's take a look at the teams that were the toughest to score against last year.
And their gritty mentality when it came to defense was really infectious. They were the best last year at holding opposing teams to low-scoring totals.
Melt.